Hello, my name is Ezekiel Oburu. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at the University of Nairobi, and we have a series of videos today where we are trying to demonstrate the various casts that we use for both the upper and the lower limb. And the next cast that we will use, or we will demonstrate, is one of the most common casts that is really applied in patients with upper limb injuries, and this is the back slab. Okay, this is a common cast that we apply, the posterior back slab, and the indications really are numerous. Any injuries that involves the elbow when you're temporarily splinting it before you do definitive management. Sometimes it may be the definitive management, like in children who have got supracondylar fractures. That may be the definitive management. Sometimes you can have somebody with a forearm fracture and you just want to splint it for a while. Sometimes you can have a patient with an elbow dislocation and you want it to be the definitive management for the first 7 days. So really this is one type of cast that we all should be quite familiar and versatile with. So I'll pass it over to Zach Kimengich, who is our orthopedic trauma technologist, and Naomi, who has agreed to allow us to demonstrate this using our.
Yeah, thank you. So we want to position our patient who has come, or she has come with a elbow dislocation or even the forearm injury. So important thing is, because the patient has been given sedation, pain management is very important. You reduce like an elbow dislocation or even the forearm, especially when there's any injuries on the forearm. Then after that, maybe you've reduced the elbow dislocation, so you need the assistant to be able to hold. Your elbow should always be at 90 degrees. So positioning is very important. And the materials that you require, you want to apply above elbow posterior splint. We have orthopedic soft band. We have the crepe bandage, and we've actually been able to make our slab, POP in form of a slab. So from there now, there are two ways. You can actually apply all the way soft band from the distal to proximal, or another thing, we can actually be able to make just the way you've made a slab, with the same thing. So this is our soft band. You cut it into two. Of course, we've been able to measure the slab, ensuring 50%. Same. When you're making your slab, ensuring 50% is observed. Then ensure you apply adequate padding when you want to apply any slab. So like for our case, above elbow posterior splint. So this is our slab we've made in form of our POP bandages. So we've measured, very important measuring from the knuckles above, ensuring above the joint, so until the deltoid, just slightly 2 centimeters from the axillary. Don't go beyond, ensuring there is some nerves that are always involved, so you make sure just above at the 2 centimeters at the axillary nerve. Then from there, you want now to dip our slab the way we dip the others. So 45 degrees at the vertically. So give it 2, 4, 5. Then squeeze it. Some pulse normally comes out. Then you squeeze it, remove gently, both sides, and then you spread. So you've seen the way I've spread our slab. So when you spread, ensure you mold nicely, then you fold. So both sides, ensure you're able to cover the slab. Sometimes we also making sure that you can actually be able to cover that. Then you get your slab. So always this side Then comes to the posterior. So we want to make sure that we now be able to apply our above elbow posterior splint. You can see my assistant. Then ensure it's covering both three-third. Then you want to secure with a crepe bandage. So you can start from distal, going all the way to the knuckles. Don't don't make it too tight, just roll it 50%. Now when you reach at the elbow, it's very important also to be able to observe, ensure it's passing through there so that you don't cause some plaster sauce or sauce on the joints. It's important to observe. Go a little bit just above, don't go really beyond. Then where you stopped for the uniformity, you start from where you stop for uniformity. You can be able to see, ensuring positioning. The elbow should be at 90 degrees, give support. Now for the second one, make it at least firm, so that to secure.
Yeah, but what is important is please make sure you don't over tighten. The crepe is supposed to hold the posterior slab. It's not, this is not to tighten things. Okay. The injury or the fracture is held by the slab itself, but the crepe is just to allow positioning. Because one of the things that we do have is we get patients who have really tight casts, and that can be very detrimental to the patient. So that in effect is a posterior elbow slab, posterior upper limb slab. Very important in many injuries of the upper limb. And like we said, it can either be something that's temporary or it can be the definitive management. Thank you very much for watching.
Then we'll give an arm sling, send patient for check X-ray to be followed up. Give instruction is very important in every procedure. Give instructions how you're supposed to take care of slab or cast is very important, so that in case of any complication or any problem the patient notices, the patient can be able to come back to the hospital so that it can be reviewed.
Thank you.